So we have been discussing about this protein structure. Yes. Okay. In the previous classes we have just started. So before we start, let me just again draw the simple structure of polymer chain. Now, this is a Henry diagram which we have already discussed. So this is your peptide bond, and again if you see here, this is your peptide bond. Now, as I told you, you remember the very important discovery made by Polymer and Corey. The peptide bond which is actually present here and here is of short of length when compared to this bond that is the alpha carbon atom and the amine. So this is the first important discovery which we actually discussed in the previous class. That is the length of the peptide bond. The length of the peptide bond we discussed in the previous class itself. The second important discovery, as I told you in the previous class, by Polymer and Corey, is the rotational property. Is the rotational property. As we discussed, this bond will rotate, this bond will rotate, but the peptide bond, the peptide bond alone will not be able to rotate. So I think these things we have already discussed in the previous class. Now, the primary reason for the rotational property, you have to understand, why does a peptide bond doesn't rotate? But we told that this bond is rotating. Okay, so this bond is rotating, this bond is rotating as well. But with the peptide bond, there is no rotation. I told you. Now, Polymer and Corey, they were also able to identify that the peptide bond, which is actually present here, actually act like a partial double bond here also. Act as a partial, there is a partial double bond which is formed in the peptide bond itself due to the lone pair of electron of nitrogen. So I repeat, due to the lone pair of electron of nitrogen, it actually forms a partial double bond in the peptides or the peptide bond. Okay, and because of the behavior of the partial double bond of the peptide bond, it is a partial double bond. Okay, because of the partial double bond of the peptide bond, the peptide bond is not able to rotate. I told you that. I'll tell you the reason of the reason behind where the peptide bond is not able to rotate. This is the reason. So because of the lone pair of electron which is shared by nitrogen, it results in the formation of a very partial double bond in the peptide bond. And because of the partial double bond of the peptide bond, it is not able to rotate. So that is the reason behind the peptide bond which is not able to rotate. Okay. So these are the two major discoveries made by Polymer and Polymer. Again, I'm telling you that the length of the peptide bond, which is very short, and the rotational property, which actually happens with the alpha carbon atom. So when you speak about this amino acid, where is the alpha carbon? I told you in the previous classes itself, this is the alpha carbon. And again, this is your alpha carbon, and here also you have the alpha carbon. I hope you know that. So this is the alpha carbon that links the carboxyl group here and the amino group here. So this bond is rotating, this bond is rotating. Okay. And again, if you take this bond is rotating, this bond is rotating. This bond is rotating, this bond is rotating, not the peptide bond. Okay. So these are the very basic things which you have to understand with the case of the primary structure of proteins. Okay. So in the primary structure, we simply started. Primary structure simply contains amino acids which are linked together by peptide bond. And in primary structure, it is very important to understand the major discovery of Polymer and Polymer based on X-ray diffraction studies. So based on X-ray diffraction studies, there are two major discoveries and its explanation. So that is done. Now, with this we are coming to the end of the primary structure of protein. Moving on. Moving on, we have to start with the secondary structure of protein. Now, before we start with the secondary structure, it is very important to remember that there are no forces involved. There are no forces involved in primary structure. But there are rotation. Okay? So this you have to always remember when we speak about the primary structure. There are no forces, but there are rotation. The rotation I was talking about, this rotation, this rotation. Okay. So we had enough discussion about that. Now moving on to the secondary structure of protein, there is a very important force that is involved that results in the formation of secondary structure, and that is going to be hydrogen bond. We have to understand. So in the case of secondary structure of protein, we have a very important force involved, and that will be hydrogen bond. Okay, so that is understandable.